I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Steve.
And we're joined by Tim today. How are you?
Good, thanks.
And Tim, of course, is the PR manager at the Werribee Open Range Zoo. And we're going to take you on the cheapest tour of Africa you can possibly imagine. And what's that tour going to consist of, Tim?
What we're going to do today is take you for a ride on the back of our open ute through the Open Range Zoo, where we've got a whole range of African animals, from rhinos through to cheetah. And we're going to do that on the back of the ute first and foremost, and then also have a look at our safari tour on the bus, and hopefully you'll get a good idea of what there is to see here.
How safe is this thing?
It's very safe, I can assure you.
Famous last words.
As you can see over my shoulder, we've got eastern grey kangaroos and emus, which are endemic to this part of Victoria. This exhibit actually replicates a grassland environment that once dominated this part of Melbourne, and these animals, as you can see, feel quite at home here.
Here you are, guys, on the bus, and you're ready to go out of Africa, or actually out of Melbourne into Werribee. What are you expecting to see today?
Crazy wildlife and stuff, feral animals from Africa.
Yourself?
Hemingway. Mr. Hemingway.
Mr. Hemingway. Oh, okay. Have you been here before?
No.
Do you know where you are?
Well, you confused me a second ago. You said I was going out of Africa, but I thought I was going into Africa.
You are. It is out of Africa, but here in Australia. Yeah. Yes, he's got there. So, have you been to a Werribee farm at all before?
I have, yeah. I've been on this bus tour like a few weeks ago or something.
So you thought, yep, some friends?
Yeah, so
show them what it's all about. Well, enjoy your trip there.
Thank you.
Don't get eaten by any sort of unknown species, okay?
Alright.
Animals over my shoulder are North African addax. They're actually believed to now be extinct in a while. They're an African antelope species. We're involved in an international captive breeding program for those particular animals. And as you can see, there are a number of small calves that were born here about 6 months ago now, so we've had quite a good success rate with that program.
I think we're being chased. We're being chased by the rhino now. It's coming up from behind us, and we've got to get out of here before we have another rhino bumping up the engine of the truck here. So put on your hat, sit back and ride the Rhinestone Cowboy ride.
Photographic ute, which is used for our photographic safaris. You can see that we do get pretty close to animals on it from time to time. That's actually rhinos rubbing against the ute.
Zebra. Is it white with black stripes or black with white stripes?
Zoo's involved in a regional breeding program for southern whites. We had 4 animals come in from South Africa in October last year. They are actually in an off-limits area at the moment, being conditioned to meet our existing rhinos, and hopefully in the not too distant future we'll have young rhinos wandering the plains at Werribee.
We have a zebra crossing, but that's ridiculous.
We're about to look over out of Africa. Come join us. So far I've had a lot of wind, dust and bruises on this thing. It's doing pretty well, I must say. Lost my hat 4 times. Wonder why.
This is our lower savannah exhibit. As you can see behind me, we've got a range of African species living together, including Chapman zebra, eland, giraffe and southern white rhino. This is the most popular area of the zoo, and it's a naturally formed floodplain of the Werribee River that actually quite resembles an African landscape. There are plans for us to actually have more rhinos and giraffe down here in the future.
Hello, I believe you both just got off the bus.
We did, yeah. We had a wonderful time. It was the second time we've actually been on the tour. We came about 6 months ago with our nieces and they enjoyed it then. This time was just as interesting. The animals were really quite close to the bus. It was wonderful.
Were you surprised at how close the animals you could get?
We were actually, because last time they were quite a distance from the bus, but this time they were really up close and the driver explained everything very clearly for us.
When we were actually on the bus, the rhinoceros got quite close. It was a bit scary. How did you feel about that?
Oh, he kept his distance this time, so it wasn't too bad. But I wouldn't like to see him in a rage, being on the bus, no way.
And you're going to enjoy the tribal music that's going to be starting shortly?
Yeah, we've bought our picnic and we're heading over there now.
No takers, just my luck.
This is our Asian exhibit. We've got 4 species of animal here, including Asiatic water buffalo, Samba deer, Indian antelope, and chital deer. These animals are herd species, and as you've probably seen, move around together. And this is one area where you'll see numerous species living in the one exhibit. We call that mixed species exhibit. And what that basically means is it puts animals that would live together in the wild in a similar environment. Behind me is the Werribee River, which we cross on safari. Those that are more intrepid and looking for a bit different to do when they visit the zoo, we actually run a canoe safari that actually takes people down onto the river for about 2 kilometres. You look for platypus, do some water testing. All the equipment's provided and you're taken on a guided tour as well. There are lots of points of interest along the river along the way, so that's another possible thing to do when you visit the zoo.
A bit of a family day out today.
Certainly was, yeah. We took the 2 kids and we've had a great trip.
So what did you see on the round?
Oh, crikey, we saw everything from, of course, the water buffalo and plenty of wallabies, kangaroos. What else? The hippo, was it the hippo out there, and a rhino, and Craig might be able to help you. What else did you see, Craig?
Giraffes, a cheetah.
Yourself, were you surprised at the range of animals? In fact, this was here in Werribee.
Very much so, very much. In fact, it was quite a surprise. I didn't expect to see so many.
So, how do you think it compares to the Melbourne Zoo?
Well, I much prefer to see the animals in a more natural habitat, and certainly this Werribee Park certainly offers that.
We're at the hippo pond at the moment. As you can see, there aren't too many hippos to be seen. It's quite windy today, which can affect hippo behaviour. We've got 2 females in this pond behind me. Hippos are probably the largest animal we have here, or one of the largest, and probably one of the most unpredictable in that some days they're fully submerged in the water, other days they're up on the bank. So it's a bit of luck of the draw when you visit as to what you'll see when you come through the hippo pond. I can assure you that viewing can be a lot better than what it is today, but if we wait around for a little while we might actually see them come up for air.
That's something you can actually look forward to here at the Werribee Open Range Zoo. Some of the animals actually look forward to you being out here amongst them and walk up to you. You can get very, very close, almost able to touch their noses. A fantastic experience, and one that you won't actually experience in the zoo.
Okay, you've just done the park and the range. What did you think of that?
I thought it was pretty good, very informative.
What's one of the highlights of it?
Actually, I think seeing the rhinoceros.
The rhinoceros, that's your favourite animal? Or?
No, it's just that when he was describing it, that was the main focus of the trip. which is very good as well.
So you've been taking photos as well and doing all that sort of stuff?
We're one of those that realised there's no film on the camera.
Oh no! So you're going to have to come back then.
Probably.
Don't you hate that? Don't what do you got, a video or just still shots?
Ordinary still shot
So
camera.
is this your first time here to Werribee?
Second, actually.
So how long ago were you here last?
Oh, how long, mate? About 2 months. 2 months.
Okay, so you come sort of regular then.
Nah, not really.
So you'll be back next month with more film.
Hopefully.
So what are some of the tips you need when you get here besides film? A hat is a must.
Yep, a hat. Sunblock.
Sunnies.
Anything else?
Money.
Money. And what's your favourite animal?
I don't know. Hippopotamuses.
Hippopotamus. Did you actually get to see the Did you actually get to see the hippopotamus?
Yeah.
How many were in the lake?
About 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Oh, we just got to see them for a very short time. There you go.
American bison. The zoo actually displays grasslands animals from various continents. The bison represent our North American grassland species. They're actually close to being extinct earlier in last century. They were almost hunted to extinction, so it's quite good to be able to show people these animals. They're quite a magnificent looking animal, and as you can see, they've shed most of their coat because it is summer. We're about to go on the Volcanic Plains walk. The Volcanic Plains exhibit is a unique exhibit that replicates the Western Basalt Plains of Victoria, which is one of Australia's most endangered ecosystems. So there are lots of rare plants in there. We've tried to replicate an environment that no longer exists in this particular area. Some of the plants you'll see, for example, are kangaroo grass, which are grassland species that once dominated this landscape. We'll go and have a look and see what we can find.
Now these look tasty. What are they? Kangaroo apple?
Yeah, they're actually quite poisonous.
Now he tells me. What other poisonous species do you have in the park? Is that a deliberate thing?
No, they're actually an endemic species that grow or once grew in this particular area. There aren't too many more poisonous plants. You just happen to hone in on the most obvious. The other poisonous things you might find in this area are snakes that actually live in this particular area, so we'll need to keep an eye out for some of those.
How long have I got to live now?
They should be pretty safe.
Okay.
It's about to go into the bird hide. We'll see what animals we can actually see from here. This particular walkthrough area here has a lot of signage that talks about the grasses and the plants and the importance of this ecosystem. A lot of the signs are actually help put together by Aboriginal people, so they have a really local focus. We're about to undertake the second walking tour of the zoo, which is the African Walking Trail. On this tour we'll see zebra, meerkats, vervet monkeys, serval cats and cheetah. So come along and check it out. This is our vervet enclosure. Vervet monkeys are very active, particularly at this time of the day. And as you can see behind me, they're getting up to a bit of mischief. We've got a quite large exhibit and there are about 15 monkeys on display at the moment. This is Turkana. She's a serval cat. Serval cat are actually one of the smaller African cats. She's really well adapted to hunting in long grass. She's got long legs and exceptional hearing, so she would jump on her prey in a wild situation. As you can see here, she gets pretty well fed, so she likes to relax in the sun in the late afternoon.
I manage the animal collection here, so that encompasses a broad range of things from keeping animal records and sourcing animals from other zoos for display here to managing the collection here, deciding what we're going to breed and what species we've got addax that are an endangered desert antelope, scimitar horned oryx, and we're about to complete our cheetah breeding facility and we'll get them set up for breeding. We've got a number of females coming, one from Monarto Zoo in South Australia and another female coming from a cheetah breeding centre in South Africa. So that one hopefully will get up and away in about April, May this year.
We're at the cheetah enclosure at the moment and it's late afternoon, which is ideal time for viewing cheetah. They'll actually get up and move around. That's pretty much a normal routine for them because this time of the day is when they actually get fed, so they become quite active, looking for something to eat.
Well, here I am inside the enclosure here with the cats and they've just jumped up to the tree. They're getting close to mealtime. They're looking mighty hungry and I'm looking mighty tasty, I must say. I think they're too busy looking at the rhinos or something else. We'll leave them alone.
Well, it's been a long, hot, sweaty day out there, and of course there's nothing better than a sit down with a nice hearty meal, which is what I'm surrounded by here, some African food. How are you enjoying the meal?
Very nice. First class.
Sorry?
Very nice, very nice.
Now, what sort of textures and tastes have you got here?
Well, that's a curry. That's a meat curry. And that's dal, that's lentils. And this is some sort of bread. Yeah?
So have you had African food before?
Well, I mean, this is very similar to the subcontinent where we come from Sri Lanka, and it's very similar.
So what would be some of the tastes that you would expect when you're eating African food? You want some water by your side?
No, not really. I would have expected more corn stuff, you know? Maize and corn, because that's a staple in Africa, certainly. This is probably more North Africa, Kenya, that area.
This is a fantastic way to spend a weekend here on Saturday or Sunday. I'm trying some traditional African meal here amongst the African music. If you miss out this year, don't worry, there's always next year. Absolutely wonderful. I think we'll talk to the chef about it. He makes delicious food here. Oh, spicy! Water! Water! Someone give me some water!
Now, what have we got on the menu this afternoon?
Well, this afternoon we have got 5 type of Ethiopian cuisine. And by the way, Ethiopian traditional food is all about 75% vegetarian. But a lot of people, they think vegetarian dish is not tasty. But you've got to try this one. I can't explain it, but when you taste it, you know it's actually quite delicious. It's not just plain vegetarian.
Very spicy?
Very spicy, and then when it's spicy, it is also very agreeable to your stomach and very healthy. You can eat as much as you like, not to worry about putting on weight.
Fantastic, I like something.
You just come down for the park itself, or you do the whole safari and everything?
The safari and the walks, yeah.
So is this the first time you've actually been here?
Yes.
And what did you think of it?
Quite good, actually, yeah. Quite impressed.
Favourite animal?
The rhino.
Now, why is that? You guys have got the rhino as well as a favourite animal? Pretty much so. The giraffe, why is that?
They're gorgeous.
Tall, and you want those kind of legs, do you? Yeah.
There's quite a few options for cuisine here at the Werribee Open Plains Zoo. And here I believe we've got some more authentic African tucker. Hello, how are you this evening?
Hi, good. Thank you. Fine.
Fantastic. Now I believe we've got some authentic African tucker. What have we got here on the menu?
Well, ours is actually the barbecue one. And they do the authentic African food in the other African hut there. And we provide food for the Aussies who are not that adventurous tasting the African.
This is for like those people that go to Chinese or Asian restaurants and decide to use their knife and fork and not the chopsticks then?
Yes, or order a chicken schnitzel. Yeah, so we do that. But
so you've got something for everybody then?
Yeah, and we've got vegetarian too. We've got veggie burgers and then we have chicken sausages if you don't want beef.
With the African Royal Drummist, and we've got the big drum here. How long you guys been drumming for?
I was 15 years.
So something you've taught is something not natural as rhythm, but you use these sticks and not your hands. Is there a reason for that?
This one, yeah, because it's high, you need a high, big volume. So we need to use this because
if you use your hand, you won't hear the sound. You can hear the difference, you see. But if you use, it's
much louder, yeah, much harder. So how long does it take to learn to get a rhythm going together?
We pick it from a childhood because some of them were brought from a royal family. So straight away from birth, that is what you pick. So music is part of African life.
Thanks very much. I hope to see you down at the zoo.